everybody, welcome back. My name is Chef Rob. I hope you are having a great summer, and I am going to make something really refreshing that has a lot of taste in it and a lot of vegetables that we can use during the summer months. So let's get started. I'm going to make a chilled gazpacho. When I was in the restaurant business, I would make about 5 gallons of this a day. It would not stay on the shelf. We would keep selling it and selling it. So it's a cold soup. Let me show you how to do it. I'm going to use the English cucumbers. The English cucumbers, the skin is not waxy, so you are able to use the outside here. Where the other cucumbers, they have a little waxy skin and you would need to peel that. But these hold up really, really well. So that's why you want to stick with the English cucumbers. I'm just going to split this right down the middle. And it has tiny little seeds in here, just very little bit. So what I do is I take the back of either a fork or a spoon and just take any of those little seeds out. You don't need to take too much out of it. Okay, just like that. Okay, and I am going to do that with the other one. I'm making a large batch, and I will do the other one, and I'm going to save a little piece of it. So to get this started, let me cut some of this cucumber right here, and I'm going to give it kind of a rough chop. This is going to go into the Cuisinart, and we're just going to pulse it until it's a little coarsely chopped. Okay. Now, as far as the other cucumber, what I want to do is I'm going to take that little end off there, and I want to save about that much off of it. They're pretty big. And what I'm going to do, this is for at the very end, I garnish my glass. You score it. This is called scoring the cucumber. And you just run it through just like that. Whoop. And then I'm just going to cut it into little circles. And then I will be able to hang it right off of my glass and make it look really pretty. Let's just do this cucumber right here. Okay, let's put this into the Cuisinart. Again, just give it a good rough chop, and then we'll start cutting our other vegetables. Cuisinart, you gotta make sure everything is lined up really good, otherwise it will not lock, and then the machine will not turn on. So this is a pretty big Cuisinart. I may be able to get all of this zucchini in here. So this is 2 of them. This is an 11-cup food processor. And then everything just goes into a bowl. Just turn this on. Again, you're going to pulse it. So you're just going to kind of hit the buttons a few times. Okay, if you got to take a little rubber spatula and move it around, you can, but I can see it's moving really good. But I want some nice big chunks. That is good. I will show you the size of it. And you can make this as fine or as chunky as you like. I'm going to put this all right in this bowl right here. Kind of remind you of a salsa when you're done with this. Okay, good. I'm going to put in some, I'm going to use yellow pepper. You can use red, orange, yellow, any of them would be fine. Okay, I have a really beautiful yellow pepper right here. I just need about half. So I'm just going to take out that white part and the seeds. And then I'm just going to give that a little bit of a rough chop. And I can actually put, because this is small, I can put a few of the other vegetables in with this. So I'm going to put a little bit of red onion in here. Now we're going to take half of a red onion. Just get that outer peel off of it. Make sure that the onion is really firm and solid. That means it's very fresh. Just cutting it right down the middle. I'm kind of not going all the way through. Now I will go like that. and give it a nice rough chop. If you're not an onion fan or you just want a little hint of it, you can use a little bit less. This is a medium-sized one, so I'm using half of a medium red onion. And now I'm going to put in 3 cloves of fresh garlic. Always make sure you use the fresh garlic. I actually have some chopped here, but I want to show you what you want to do. Take a knife just like this, kind of smash it open just like that. I'm going to put enough that it's about 3 cloves of garlic. Just a dot more. By opening the garlic up just like that, it really gives a lot of strong flavor. Okay, because the outside can get a little dry if it was peeled earlier in the day. Okay, so let me just pulse that. Okay, this is really good. And just take this out, drop all these in here, and if you have a glove or a spatula, that will help to get it out really easily. Make sure when you are serving this that you almost make this a few hours ahead of time, because you really want this to be ice cold and let those flavors really marry together really good. So now I'm going to put in some Italian peeled tomatoes. I'm using the San Marzano ones. Those are really good. If you really want a good buy, you can get this can right here. These are the Nina San Marzano tomatoes, and you get them at Costco, and it's under $4 for that big can. Okay, so I want about 6 cups of the whole tomatoes, and I do want to get some of the juice in there. You can see that it's not watery at all. So these are full of flavor, very tender. When you're looking for tomatoes, you always want to look for the San Marzano. I am going to put this in the Cuisinart and pulse it. I do want to leave it where you get a little bit of chunk in there, so that would be really good. So right there is 4 cups, and now just a little bit more. So you're using approximately about a 28-ounce can. Okay, so if you're buying a smaller can, that's all you need is one that is a 28-ounce. Put this top on here. Again, pulse it a couple times, but I do want to leave some chunks in here. If you can see, it has a little chunkiness to it. I am going to pour that all in. It's looking really healthy, right? And now I want 6 cups of the Sacramento tomato juice. You must use the Sacramento tomato juice. Okay, if you use a different brand or the store brand, it will not come out the same. This one just really goes really good with this recipe. Okay, I want to give it a good stir because I won't be using the whole can. But it will be close. So that's 4 cups right there. And now 2 more cups. And then you have a little something to drink. Okay, really good. Give that a stir. You can see how all these flavors start really coming together. Like I said, it looks like a salsa almost like, but a thin salsa. Now I'm going to put in some kosher salt, putting in about 1/2 tablespoon. And after you make this, if you feel like you need a little bit more, you can put it in. A few shakes of the ground black pepper. I'm going to add in some of the white wine vinegar. This is a really good brand, Roland. Try not to buy a lesser brand. Try to buy a good quality white wine vinegar. So the white wine vinegar, I'm adding about 1/2 cup. Okay, so it's not a lot. You don't want too strong of a vinegar taste, but you do want a hint of it. And now some extra virgin olive oil, and I'm adding in about 1/2 cup as well. When you're buying the extra virgin olive oil, try to buy the smallest bottle. That way it doesn't turn rancid on you, okay? Because sometimes after about 3 months, the flavor will start turning on you. So I would take a bowl like this, I would put it in the refrigerator for about 4 or 5 hours at least, just to get it really, really cold. I want it at about 36 degrees, really refreshing when it's a humid day, very hot, and this is going to throw off so much flavor. When I used to serve it in the restaurants, I would put it into a beautiful glass, just like this. Again, I used to make 5 gallons of this a day. Okay, just like that. And then I would take a slice of cucumber and I would just kind of hang it off the side of the glass, just like that. So that's our chilled gazpacho. Remember, use the freshest vegetables. Make sure you wash them really well. Chill this really good, at least 4 hours. And serve it with a salad, breadsticks, crusty bread, something like that would be really good. If you want to have a nice light lunch. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. And now we are going to make a Brazilian pineapple over the grill, right on fire. Okay, you're going to like this one. So if you've ever been to a Brazilian steakhouse, they take a whole pineapple and they cut it and then they put it into a rotisserie and they put it on a spinner and they rotisserie it for probably about a half hour until it's golden brown and has a nice crisp skin. But there are other ways to do it, nice and easy, because not everybody has a rotisserie, and I do want to show you that. One of the things is, how do you tell if a pineapple is ripe? One way is pull that leaf out, and if it comes out just like that, it is ripe. There are times I have seen they come from different regions, and sometimes you'll be pulling on it and it doesn't come out and it is not ripe at all. Okay? The other is, never take this and leave it on your kitchen counter, because a lot of people will put it there and say, I'm going to let it ripen for a couple days. It will never get any more riper than it is. Why it may feel that way is it gets softer. That's all it does. So it gets a little softer, a little sweeter that way, but it's not getting any more riper. So what I'm going to do is, before I cut this pineapple, I have some skewers right here, and I'm just going to take these and I'm going to soak them in some water for about 10 minutes, because when you are doing something on a kebab and you're putting it on the grill, that will prevent them from burning. Okay, so something to remember. I'm going to make a mixture of brown sugar, and cinnamon, and I'm just going to put it in a large bowl, and then we'll cut up the pineapple. So I'm going to take a half cup of the brown sugar, and then a half cup of the white sugar. And we're just going to put it in this large bowl right here. Make sure it's pretty close to full. Just like that. And the brown sugar, this is not baking, so you don't need to pack it, but you do want it pretty close to the half cup. And then I want 2 tablespoons of the ground cinnamon. Start with the 2. You can always add more if you think you really like your cinnamon. Now you're just going to take something to mix with, a whisk or your gloves in your hand, just like this. And it's going to make a really nice coating on the outside of the pineapple. Now, there are different ways that you can do this. You can take some whiskey, you could take rum, and you can soak the pineapple for an hour, a couple hours, and it will just absorb into the pineapple, but you don't have to do that. So let me just take off the top right here. These are the golden pineapples. They're like built in with butter. Pineapples take about 18 to 20 months to harvest. And now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut almost against the core right here. And then I'm going to cut right over here. And then I'm going to cut it into little wedges. want to make sure I get that core off, because I don't want that tough part for this. Okay, and now it's just like that. Depending on the size of these, you can cut it into 6, maybe 8 pieces at the most. It's like a dessert on the grill. Okay, that's exactly what this is. Again, I'm cutting the core out. And now what we will do is take this knife. Actually, there's a little core right here, so I want that off of here. And now I'm going to go right against the skin, and we're going to do that with all of the pineapple, just like that. So it should look a nice spear like that. Let me do the rest of these. Okay, so these skewers, now that they have been sitting in here for about 10 minutes, I'm just going to get them a little dry. Now I'm going to take this beautiful pineapple right here. See this little brown spot? Make sure you get any of those little things off of it. I'm going to put it right into here. I'm going to coat this really, really well. You probably won't need any more mixture. That should be enough, but if you always have to add to it, that would be fine. Put that on the grill, it's going to be really good. You're not going to really cook the pineapple, you're just trying to get a charred look to it and almost a little charred taste on the outside. These will be really delicious. Really good for a barbecue. When you go to the Brazilian restaurants, they have all the different meats on the skewers and they come around to your table and they always serve something like this. If you ever want to use the raw sugar, the turbinado sugar in here with this, that would work out great. You can change this around a lot. Okay, so what we want to do now, we have this beautiful pineapple with the brown sugar, the sugar, and the cinnamon. I'm going to take this kebab stick, I'm going to put it in about halfway to 3/4, and we're going to throw them on our grill. The grill is preheating right now, and we're going to do it about 3 to 5 minutes on each side. So we're going to keep turning it because we don't want them to burn. We don't want it to cook. Okay, we just want to get a nice charred effect on the outside of this. So let's just put these right in here. And you want to make sure you have enough out here because you want it to hang over the grill just like that, because you want to be able to get them off too. Okay, so we're going to put all these skewers in here and it will make for a really delicious dessert on the grill. Okay, so we're going to put these on the fire now. These are our pineapple kebabs with a cinnamon, brown sugar, and white sugar coating. They're going to go on for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side. Okay, so let's just put these on. I want to put them a little sideways because I don't want they won't go through the grate, but I don't want those grill marks to get on here. And I'm leaving it towards the edge of the grill. That way, by leaving it at the edge of the grill, I can really just go and grab it really quickly if I want to get them off or turn them. Okay. Just going to keep that down just a little bit. Okay, try to keep as much heat in there, and we'll turn it in a couple minutes. Okay, let's just turn these a little bit. Look at how nice and golden brown those are. Got a little charred effect on here. It's going to be delicious. A little vanilla ice cream on the side of this. Just perfect, huh? The one that got away. This grilled dessert is ready to come off the grill. Just going to put it on my pan right here. Make sure you brush this grill really good before you throw a burger on the next day, because it will leave a little glaze on there, but it comes off easily. Oh, these are great. Okay, everybody, we have some chilled, fresh gazpacho right here. Ice cold. Remember, let that sit in the refrigerator a couple hours before you enjoy it, and let those flavors really get to marry each other. Okay, and this right here, we have our Brazilian Steakhouse pineapple on fire. Look at that. Is that good? Now, before you do go enjoy one, make sure it is cool. So I hope you enjoyed this class, and you'll enjoy this all summer long. Bye-bye.